Faisal, in our last conversation, I thought I heard you say something about an experience with Jesus and Mary, and we just kind of kept going, but was that a personal experience? I mean, is there more that you'd like to share about that?
Yeah, sure, it's going to be trouble, you know.
Yes, of course.
I
All right.
just pray.
That's right.
It's just my experience. I could be off.
I don't know, you're having fun with a little provoking these days.
Yes, I am. I am really being provocative at this age and stage. I'm too late for anything now, you know. So I can't say whatever I need. I'm a senior citizen now. You know? So this experience was really remarkable. It was very beautiful. It is my inner visionary states, dimensions. I see it. You could say it's all illusion, fantasy. Or maybe I'm a seer and I've seen certain things that others don't see. But also I hear from many others who have also inner seeing experiences that are so refreshing, so delightful. You read Carlos Castaneda and what Don Juan made him see, and you read so many visionaries and what they see. So you can take it that way. Please don't make it religious. It's not meant as an offense against Christianity or Islam, or I am away from all of these things. I talk about the Christ and Mary as divine being, Muhammad as a divine being, Moses as divine being, not what religion made them to be. That's another story. I remember at one time, I usually have retreats with my students, and in some of those retreats, we have one night of prayer and healing. You know? So we all gather in silence, an hour, and we pray. You pray to God, you pray to the divine, you pray to the absolute, you pray to Tara, Mary, Christ, whoever you feel close to. Pray for them, invoke them, or just pray for healing, for transformation. And that is part of my routine in the retreats I do, yes, because people really pray for a lot of healing and they receive a lot of healing and guidance. And I'm really grateful for that. Christ has been a pillar in this field for me. You know, to me, he is the Lord of healing. He is the Lord of divine love and healing, you know. And I mean, I can't express my love and my worship and my gratitude and to this precious, most precious being. You know, he and Mary, you know, and all the other beings are precious to me, but this one I want to emphasize more. And one time I was really going through a lot of difficult passage, and I felt health-wise, I might have been in difficulty, and I wanted to know. There was a question in my mind. I really wanted to know before I die, you know, because I felt I haven't had the answer. And the answer is there a soulmate, only one soulmate for each person, you know. And from the story that I mentioned about the Orthodox Russian saying Christ told them there is only one, but can go to 3 or 666. I hear the story, but I don't have direct knowledge or knowing of it. So that time I was doing that night the healing prayers to heal. I was having trouble with my lungs. And usually when I do, the Christ manifest and he comes and stands behind me. You know, every time. I never asked for him to manifest without him manifesting. He comes and manifests and fills the field with divine love. And Mary and the second Mary and Fatima and all the high beings come and they bless the student and the one's prayers. And they come as you know, I'm usually not into psychics, but this one I go to. The other psychic things I stay away from. It's beyond me. So that night he usually comes and take that position, and I feel empowered. I feel as if my spine expanded and the divine emanation, I'm turned into a divine substance. And I fill the room with this divine substance. My body softens and melts, and I am just divine cloud, merging. And then those entities, they are points of light. In order for them to be more effective and work on it, they need mediumship, you know, and the mediumship is this substance, you know. So I receive the empowerment from the Christ, and it fills in the field, and then the entities come and they work on others, doing variety of healings, different kind of healings, including surgeries or shifts of all kind of healings and energies.
It sounds like almost a sacred plasma.
Yeah, it is. It is like that. It's like a plasma, really, literally like plasma in the air. You know,
Wow.
it oozes, it softens, you know, it's amazing. It's almost palpable, like soft cloud, soft plasma. And for me, I have to be able to relax as much as I can. So my muscles, my bones become pliable, soft, and the substance oozes through my body and fills in the room. And that used to be routine for years. I received that empowerment a long time ago. And I asked the Christ to empower me, to give me, to grant me this. And he granted me that if I do this for the sake of love and healing, he will show up. And he did. That night, you know, when I was in this anguish, I may be dying, and I need this answer. Please, before I go, this is the only personal answer I've been waiting for. Is there soulmate, or shall I find just another soulmate and fall in love with, or, you know, make it, or is there only one? Then I see the Christ coming. You know, I was in a church. I usually do it in a church, you know. So in my inner seeing, I see the Christ. Usually he comes, blessing the people as he comes and stand behind me. He came and he stood to my right. He didn't stand behind me. And I was that time going through my own doubt, like, is this coughing I am having and trouble with my lungs because I am so off, and I am, you name it, my foolish ego was having a mayday and all of those things. And I was feeling really bad. I said, this is the first time the Christ doesn't be the spine for me to do this emanation. Why is he standing far away to my right, you know? Then Mary comes. You know, the Christ that came, different from the usual Christ. He was younger, youthful, you know. And then the Mary comes, and she was also not the mother. She was very gorgeous, youthful woman with the crowns and jewels, beauty, beyond emanation, and stands to my left. And I felt a little bit better, because at least she showed up. Maybe I am bad, but they're still gonna hold the field. They were gonna tell me what's wrong with me. Then they came and stood in front of me, looking at each other. And the message was like, look, see what it is. The closer they come, the field of love, the field of infusion between them is something so divine, so beautiful, so breathtaking, you know. Really something, I mean, you just be in your knees and worship, you know. You really know why people are in their knees and worship, because of the beauty and the divine and the holiness of those two souls coming together. Then they come to complete union. They embrace each other and they become one. One entity, embracing feminine and masculine principles, full of glory, divine glory. And the emanation that comes from it was, I don't know how to explain the immensity of it. Immensity, ocean of love. It's like how they say the Dalai Lama is an ocean of compassion. They were ocean of divine love, complete into itself. And the answer was yes. You know, they are soulmates. They are really soulmates. The most famous one is that she came as a mother to carry him because of the purity he needed and all of those things. But they come and go in this existence so many ways. They belong to each other. Age and stage, role, all of these things are really insignificant. They are two halves of the same one, you know. So that was so touching, so beautiful. And I'm grateful to have this experience. And I feel like maybe I had it in my marriage and it didn't happen. Next lifetime, hopefully I'll be better, better. I won't give up on it. You know? I really won't give up on it. But it was a gesture that filled me with gratitude and appreciation, you know.
Gosh, that's an extraordinary story.
It
Thank you
is
for sharing that, Faisal.
really, it is really something so extraordinary. I never seen it. I didn't expect it at all. I honestly thought the Magdalena was their soulmate of Christ. But the Magdalena is only an emanation of Mary, the mother. She was the pomegranate emanation of her. It's like, you know, Tara has so many emanations, so she could send one emanation for him at that lifetime to mate with, you know. But she's just an emanation of her, you know. But her union with him is cosmic. There's really much more than one lifetime or another lifetime. There are so many things that I'm trying to infuse our videos today with appreciation. Appreciation for the path of union, male and female, appreciation for what the journey takes, the knowledges and all of those things, appreciation for the transmission of this. I am hoping in every video, I also do the transmission, not just the story. I really do the transmission, so it touches the heart and the souls of the listening to it. One last piece of appreciation before I forget is one way to think. I remember when I was with my wife and the chandelier stupa coming and landing, it opens the capacity of the mind and the soul to look in a much more expansive way. And one of the expansive ways I was able to perceive is that the nations of the earth, the different nations, including their religions, and each nation is preserving one dimension of essence or another. That all the nations of the earth are different jewels of one chandelier, one manifestation of being, you know. So America is holding the silver manifestation. I do it my way, I am my own. Italy is holding the point of light, the artists and the sweet goldenness, and German, the citadel, and the Egypt, the green.
Green,
You know,
definitely.
I mean, to look at nations that each nation has its own abundance. But with this abundance, with this quality, the excessiveness of it also bring the limitation, you know. So if I go the way of the silver, it means I go do my will, you know. It's wonderful to feel independent and autonomous and I can do my will, you know. But if I don't have the green, it's only then my will, you know. And if I am just green, like in Egypt, you know, so sweet, so human. But I remember in the 50s when Nasser was building the dam, the Russians were building it and the Egyptians singing, we will build the dam and we're building it. They're not doing anything.
Right, right.
You know, so
living off of tourism and cotton.
yes. So here is, if we look at all nations, that each nation is preserving an aspect of essence. France has so much diamondness, you know. You name it. If you look at, you know, different, the 7 culture with diamonds and intellectual and all of those things. So if we look at that, we might begin to embrace humanity and have compassion for their limitation, because they think, they idealize that this quality is the best. So it's like, thank you for preserving it, but not enough. We are a chandelier. We are not just one diamond, you know. So if we open our heart and our mind to look at nations and what they are doing, we might find their treasure and we might tolerate their limitation. Because too much green will make you limited this way. Too much gold make you limited that way. Too much absolute make you limited that way. You know, too much. It's like each one has its own beauty and abundance, but we as a human being, we need to have it all. The full chandelier stupa, and that comes in Holy Communion.
That's extraordinary. Thank you for
the story today.